are back again with another YouTube video, you feel me? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my breast reduction. Woo! So recently, as you guys who have me on social media may know, I underwent breast reduction surgery, bilateral, which means both sides. And I just wanted to talk about my experience and things like that. And I also wanted to film this video because a lot of times when I was looking on the internet for information, I did see a couple good videos that helped kind of explain the process to me and helped me explain their post-op process. But there's also some things that I didn't see mentioned in the videos what made me want to provide my own experience about how, like, what I went through. Right now, I'm 1 week post-op, and you can probably see that from the title. But I'm 1 week post-op. Today, I actually went in, and they removed all my bandages. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. Whew. They removed all my bandages. And if you actually know me, you know I used to have some freaking big-ass titties. So, your girl's lit.
She ain't like her titties, fucking get her new boobs. We went to Miami just to meet Dr. Miami.
But yeah, so first I have a little note right here of the things that I want to talk about. So if you see me looking down, just don't mind it. But first, why I got the breast reduction. I just feel like I have big boobs since I was like 15 years old. So honestly, I was very tired of it. It causes a lot of back pain or a lot of back problems for me. My bras would literally dig into my shoulders because I would have to tie them so tight to keep my titties up. Also, just like clothing, like any of my big titty girls, you guys know, trying to find clothes to wear is so hard. Or like you order a shirt and then it doesn't fit you the right way. Or when you're buying bathing suits, the top bathing suits be coming in one size, so that your titties are mad huge, but your bottom's not that huge. And it's just like, there's a lot of things that was very annoying about it to me. And my titties were saggy a little bit, so I wanted to get that lift, but also get them smaller. Before I got the breast reduction, I think I was a double D, and now, woo, you can see I'm probably going to be like a B cup, I think, or maybe a C. I'm not sure because right now they're still very swollen, but I'm probably going to be like a B or a C. The process for me, my insurance paid for the breast reduction, so I didn't really have to spend any money out of pocket or anything like that because they paid for it. And I had to go in for a pre-op appointment. They take your weight. They talk to you about why you want the breast reduction. They write up all your symptoms, the things that you've tried, all those other things. And then they submit a claim to your insurance for the breast reduction. If your insurance approves it, or if you're not going through your insurance, you can obviously pay out of pocket. But if your insurance approves it, then you're really all good to go and you can go get your titties gone. The process for before surgery is if you smoke, you need to stop smoking, you need to stop drinking for at least a month prior to surgery, or that's what my doctor told me. Also, a lot of these things vary based on the doctor that you go to, so make sure you're just following your own doctor's instructions. But for me personally, he said stop smoking a month before surgery, stop drinking. Try to eat a little better too, just so that when you do get the surgery, your body's in the optimal state to be healing. And the day before surgery, which I think I got my surgery last Friday, yeah, because I'm 1 week. The day before surgery, what you had to do was you can't drink anything after midnight. And they give you a little Gatorade that you drink half of the night before and half of in the morning. And I had to shower with this surgical soap. They give you a special soap that you have to shower with. And you basically shower with it the next morning too and go to your surgery. Like, that's pretty much the tea. I'm gonna insert some clips of like the little journey that I went through throughout the whole thing to kind of walk you guys along with my timeline of how it was going. So you get to the hospital, they check you in, your surgeon comes in and he like marks your boobs up and shows you like, does what he wants and shows you kind of like how he wants it to be, or and checks if it's okay with you and kind of shows you how high it's going to be raised, things like that. And then you meet with the anesthesiologist, which it's important to not lie to your anesthesiologist because they need to give you the right amount of medicine in order to keep you asleep throughout your surgery. So like, say if you're someone who smokes, you need to tell them because that affects how much anesthesia they're going to give you. Before, I was very, 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 very nervous. Like, I was like kind of like, oh, like, oh my God. Also, it's COVID, so they make you go by yourself, which was a little nerve-wracking to me. But I just kind of, there was no really an option. I just had to kind of stick through it. You know, I was texting my friends, getting support from my loved ones. But after you meet with the anesthesiologist, you meet with the nurse, you meet with the team that's going to be in the operating room with you and things like that. So you know everybody who's going to be involved with your surgery. And then after they mark you up and stuff, you get an IV they put in your arm and they administer you some medicine. And I know they gave me something before I went into the operating room, or as I was going into the operating room, to calm you down before the anesthesia puts you to sleep. And after they gave me that, I was smooth sailing. It feels like you drank a whole bottle of wine. Like, you feel so good. You're like, I don't care about this surgery. I'm not stressed no more. And last thing I remember was they put these little things on your legs in order to promote circulation. After they did that, I was out like a light, and I remember waking up, and when I woke up, I was very emotional. The anesthesia always makes me very emotional, so I was like, where's my family? Oh, I want to talk to my mom. I just want my family. And I was crying, but I wasn't actually crying real tears, but it was just like ugly ass crying. The nurse was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. As soon as I woke up, I remember I needed to pee too, and somebody has to pick you up. You can't drive yourself home. So after you wake up, they call whoever's picking you up, and in my case, it was my boyfriend. They called him and they said, she's ready. You come get her ass. So he came and got me. I got downstairs. I was still very heavily under the anesthesia. Also, your throat hurts. In my surgery, they put a breathing tube in your throat. And I know a lot of surgeries, they put a breathing tube in your throat. My throat was fucking killing me. Like, it was hurting so bad. Because the breathing tube that they put down, it hurts. And I know I was still very heavily under the anesthesia. So he picks me up and he brings me home. I think I got a grilled chicken Caesar salad, but honestly, the anesthesia kind of takes a toll on your body. So you don't really have much of an appetite. And I've seen from a lot of other women that they didn't really have much of an appetite either. So I barely ate the salad, and also my throat was hurting. So it was hard for me to swallow. I really laid down most of the first day. I was just like groggy, still like very yeah. And I think my surgery started at 10 a.m. and it finished at 2 or something, so it was very quick. Like, it was like a 4-hour surgery, 3-hour surgery in my case. And yeah, like the first day, you're just really like, you just want to lay down. You also have to lay on your back. So if you can even see in the background, under that blanket is 50 million pillows. You have to literally lay on your back, and what I suggest and what worked for me is lay on your back and put 2 pillows under your arms. That makes you feel so much better. Like, cause also my incisions, you guys couldn't see this, but my incisions, oh, don't look at my armpit. My incisions extend all the way over here in order to get rid of that side fat. So, it definitely helped because, you're not gonna want to like put your arms down, and also everything just feels very like new, and you want to be very gentle with it. So put 2 pillows under your arms. That literally worked miracles for me. And you have to lay on your back, which is very uncomfortable after doing it for a prolonged amount of days, but you got to do what you got to do, baby. And day 2 was actually, day 2 and 3 was a little rougher for me. Like, that's when I felt more pain, but overall the pain was literally like a 4 out of 10. It was not bad at all. 4 out of 10 max. Like, and I also they prescribed me prescription medication, which they gave me Tramadol and they gave me Tylenol, and you can mix them together, like, and you can use them both at the same time in order for maximum pain relief. I think I only took the Tramadol for like 3 days at first, like day 1, 2, and 3, and then after that I didn't really need it. Yeah, but day 2 and 3, my appetite started coming back. I was constipated. I didn't even poop until like 5 days. That's also because of the anesthesia. I was kind of constipated. I didn't have much pain though. I didn't have much pain overall, but day 2 and 3 was the most pain that I experienced. And it was just a little uncomfortable. Like, you have to move a certain way. You kind of keep your arms out wide, and you just like are just adjusting to a new surgery. You just got your freaking chest cut up, you know? So it's not, but you're still adjusting. Around day 4 is when my appetite did come back, and I was ready to eat. Day 2 and 3, my appetite was back, but I just kind of was like taking it easy. I was eating little things like fruits and salads, and like, you know, I think I had like some French fries, things like that. Nothing too crazy. Day 4, it was definitely I started feeling way better on day 4. and I could like kind of go up and down the stairs by myself, things like that, like with no problems, not being worried. Something that is like a little weird though is your balance gets really off. Like your balance is so different because you don't have those big old titties in front of you no more. Like your center of gravity is different. So my balance is still a little like, so I would say definitely like that's an adjustment. And especially if you have a job, and also if you have a job that's like you do more strenuous activity, then you need to take more time off. I have like an office job, so I'm not really lifting heavy things or anything like that. Day 6 was pretty chill. I just was a little nervous because day 7 is when I went to go get my bandages off. This whole time I could not shower. So what I did personally is I just got a little bucket of water, you know, like those little sponge baths that they do, bird baths that they do, you know, clean my armpits, clean my lady areas and things like that. But you can't get your dressings wet. And then today I went to the hospital for day 7. I had my 1-week post-op appointment and my doctor removed the bandages. I got to see what my titties look like. They look great. It looks very scary though, not gonna lie. Like, and I'm in a group of other women. This is something I also recommend. Join a breast reduction support group. I joined one on Facebook and it definitely helped me throughout the days see if my experiences were normal and see if other people are having the same type of experience as I am. And like it made me feel a lot better. Sometimes your stitches also burn. That's something that also helps me in the group. Your stitches like sting a little bit, but it's not sting like hurts, but it's sting like you know when you have a cut and you put alcohol on it, that's just kind of what it feels like, a little light sting. But yeah, the breast reduction support group definitely provided me a lot of support, and it's still providing me a lot of support because women in that group are thinking about getting the surgery. Some are for 1 day post-op, some are 10 weeks post-op, you know what I mean? Like it's a variety of different experiences and different people to tell you and share their experiences. So that provided me so much support along the way. And yeah, like I was saying, day 7, my doctor removed the bandages. I can take my first shower today. I'm a little nervous for that. I still have sensation in my breast and everything like that. Like when he was touching my nipples, I can feel it. It's actually very hypersensitive. And yeah, so stay tuned. I'm definitely gonna do like a 2 weeks post-op, 3 weeks post-op, or a month post-op video just to keep everybody updated about how it was going. But overall, I totally recommend it. If you're thinking about it, go get it. It's an easy surgery. It's the recovery time is, or like not recovery, because it takes a couple months for you to actually recover and for your breasts to sit down and be the way that they're supposed to be. But overall, like I would definitely recommend it. It's a pretty easy surgery, nothing too crazy. And yeah.
And if I'm fake, I ain't know this 'cause my money